Is test prep nerve-wracking? Is test prep stressful? Is test prep a race against time? Is getting an excellent score a huge challenge? If you are looking for answers to any or all these questions, a new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solution for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems. Each problem has a detailed video solution, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our tutors are real pundits and qualified of the test prep content. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep. We build concepts which also helps you in college. Our programs merely focus on personalized learning and fit into every budget. Our strategies are best in the market that will help you achieve your best. What's next? Join Test Prep Pundits. Start with a free assessment test. Pundits is the way to go.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
If you're thinking of buying jewelry now and don't want to step outside, relax. All you need to do, call us. On the day and time of your convenience, we will bring our collection to you. Welcome to the Malabar Gold and Diamonds Showroom online experience. Step into your world without stepping out. Now that's our promise. Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Don't spend more money in selling your home. Instead, make more. For all your real estate needs, trust only Lovi. Lovi Realty Group makes it easy to sell your home. The Lovi Sale by Owner offers the same services as a realtor does for a fraction of the price. For only $990, we list your home, handle digital marketing, take calls, and schedule home showings for you. Planning to buy a house? Lovi has the best tools and agents to make your journey happy. We offer home buyers rebate of 1% or more cash back towards the closing. Visit our website to learn more about our programs, www.lovihomes.com. For more details, please contact 908-304-9621 or 908-337-1289.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Is test prep stressful? Is test prep a race against time? Is getting an excellent score a huge challenge? If you are looking for answers to any or all these questions, a new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solution for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems. Each problem has a detailed video solution, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our tutors are real pundits and qualified of the test prep content. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep. We build concepts which also helps you in college. Our programs merely focus on personalized learning and fit into every budget. Our strategies are best in the market that will help you achieve your best. What's next? Join Test Prep Pundits. Start with a free assessment test. Pundits is the way to go.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్ గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్.
Tvasiatelugu ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello and welcome back to what I can call the most explosive episode of our talk show with the experts. మన expert unnaru Rahul Reddy garu, an immigration lawyer as well, and our expert for today. Rahul garu, thank you so much for being on the show, Andy.
Thank you for inviting, even though you smelled, you mispronounced the word immigrant and immigration in lawyer. Actually, I am an immigrant before I became an immigration
Both
lawyer.
an immigrant and an immigration lawyer.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Rahul garu, I am so excited, like I'm probably making mistakes because of the topic we have for today. 290,000 employment-based green cards. I mean, wow, mind-blowing, Andy. The number is astronomical. We were supposed to get what we thought was 120, 135, 140 a year ago, but now we're getting details of 290. I'm sure people are literally salivating on Mata at this. What does this mean for Indians? Will we get like double the green cards this coming year? What is going to happen, Andy?
The maths doesn't work exactly like the way what you mathematicians and engineers think that way. When it comes to immigration, we lawyers and most of the lawmakers are not good in maths though. And let me explain though. Out of the 140,000 green cards is the total number that is allocated for the employment based. Mm-hmm. I just want to let you know that the total green cards on an average given every year turns out to be around 1 million green card. Out of them, employment based is only 140,000, which is only 14%. Wow. Now, the unused family immigration falls into the employment-based, which every time it was always used, except this pandemic period, because of the consulates and other things closed, they have fallen out. And the number seems to be, the State Department last month said that we're going to get a minimum of 135,000 green cards. Mm-hmm. From last month to this month, they changed their story, saying that it's not 135, it's going to be 150,000. Now that number can go a little bit higher too, who knows? But coming to the question of the extra green cards that are allocated, that's 150,000, how much will the Indians get?
Right.
According to our calculations though, there is nobody there pending nobody waiting for the green cards. So most of the 150,000, at least 85,000 of this 150,000, which comes to approximately around 120 to 130,000 green cards, will be going to only Indians.
Okay.
Out of the 140,000, we still get about 15 to 20,000. So the amount of green cards we are going to get this next year, starting from October, will be anywhere between at a minimum of 130,000 to a maximum of 170 to 880,000. Wow. So that much amount of green cards we are going to get in the employment based. In a normal year though, we normally get anywhere between 10,000 to about 20,000 green cards. That's the amount that we're going to get because of the cap limitation of 7%. We can't get more than that. And then in the employment based first preference, we get a little bit more than 7%. And the unused waste green cards of the EB2 also will be given to Indians. So yeah, between about 10 to 20,000, sometimes 25,000 green cards are given. So, but in 2022, starting from October 1st of 2021, we're going to get anywhere between 130,000 to 180,000 green cards. So that's approximately around 10 times more than what we normally get. So 10 years green cards we're getting in 1 year.
Wow, Andy. I mean, what are your thoughts on this, Rahul garu? Like, as an immigration attorney, what are your feelings on this, Andy? Like, because I am excited just listening to this.
We've fought many times on this, Nitya garu, including OTVH. Our channel supported to increase the employment amount based green cards. We wanted to remove the discrimination that is being getting done in the because there is a 7% per country limit. Why do you have to look into which country we are from? If we are talented, we should be getting the green cards. We tried to remove it. That did not work. But, some COVID brought these things to us. Unfortunately, or fortunately, COVID brought it. Because of COVID, we are getting this extra bonus green cards. Definitely, we're expecting the priority dates to move much forward. There are too many wild guesses with regards to where they can go. If you go back into our August and September presentation, we estimated the priority dates for EB2 and EB3 to move up to 2012, maybe 2013 at the most. But we completely were wrong in estimating the priority dates movement. It went all the way to 2015 for EB3. So we have to see how much fast it's going to go for those people who have been waiting for the green cards. I think so. They need to prepare for adjustment of status. I spoke, I had some consultations with people and they're like, their priority date is 2016 and they're telling, Rahul, can I change my employer right now? What are you doing, buddy? You are going to miss the boat. Who knows, the boat is going to come this generation, next generation, don't know. So if I were the people who are in these priority dates, I will call my lawyer and say, what are the things that are needed to file the 482 application? Can I make it application ready right now? Can you help me on that? You need to contact the company. If you want to have a downgrade option, you may want to consider that. So people need to be prepared to file the 482 application. Imagine what happened in September or October 2020. We are expecting the same, or if not even more than what happened in 2020 September and October.
Right. So be prepared is the key mantra right now.
Right.
All right. On that note, Rahul Garu, thank you so much for clarifying things for us, and we're just super excited for the times to come. And I hope everybody gets their green card, everybody from India who's applied for it. And on that note, let's take our first caller for the day. Caller from area code 603. We're ready for you now. Okay, let's take a question in the meantime. This is from Kundana. She says, if theoretically USCIS is going to use old fingerprints with medicals already submitted and interviews waived, can we travel after the 485 is filed and return on H1 after green card is approved?
No, you cannot return on H1 though. But there is a memo that says that if you have an advance parole, even if your green card is approved, they do allow people travel on advance parole though.
Okay, right. All right, back to our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 603. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Rahul Garu. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Rahul Garu, I already spoke to you over the Zoom also. My employer wants me to move to my vendor right now, and my 485 I filed in October 2020, and I downgraded to EB3, and my priority date in EB2 is 2012 February. So I'm expecting it to become current next month.
You didn't tell me whether your I-140 is. You didn't tell me whether your I-140 is approved.
I did it in premium, and I got an acceptance letter. So I think probably this week I'm expecting that it will be approved. My question is what happens if I shift employer, if I transfer to another employer right now? Because June 23rd, my employer said he'll terminate my H1. What happens if I go to another employer and you told me to file 485J. So if I file 485J, what happens to if my final action date becomes current next month?
They'll approve the green card. They should approve your green card.
Oh, they'll approve my green card. And where will the medicals go? I didn't submit my medicals. Where will who will get the RF in case of that?
If the medicals are not being submitted, either you can do the interfiling. There is a lot of controversy whether you should do the interfiling or you should not do the interfiling. I am of the lawyer who believes you should file the interfiling. If some lawyer says that you should not do the interfiling, I'm not telling they're bad, but it's their opinion. This is my opinion. If you didn't submit to the medical, they cannot approve the green card. They'll issue an RFE for the green card. Just submit the medicals at that time if you want to.
Okay. So I should be safe, right, if my 140 is approved?
Yeah, you should be safe. Your premium processing has been accepted. I've been telling all along, look into all the videos, do the premium processing, do the premium processing. I don't know what were you doing all these days, but anyway, you woke up right now. We call in Hindi as Der Aaya Magar Durust Aaya. You did a good smart thing in getting the premium processing now. You're good shape. It's accepted. I'm happy for you. If you change the company, not a big deal. File a 485J supplement. Filing fees is free. The documentation is easier for 485J supplement. You're in good shape. Next person, please.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Okay. All right. On to our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Krishna K. He says, hi, will having the wrong location on the H-1B LCA from 2017 to 2020 cause problems while filing the 485? Wrong location is a residential address in the same MSA. New extension has been done with the correct address till 2023.
If it's in the same MSA, even if it's a wrong address, that should not cause any problem. According to the USCIS administrative court's decision, administrative appeals unit decision, though, a matter of similar solution, if it's in the same MSA, you can still work. It's not a problem. It's technically, you are allowed to work. Technically, that should not cause any problem. I'm not expecting any problem whatsoever at all because it's in the same MSA.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul Garu. And on to our next caller from your favorite zip code, favorite caller ID code 201. And caller from 201. We ready for you now?
Yeah, hi. I'm Kavita.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Rahul Garu. So
Yes.
This is a very simple and straightforward question. So in many Twitter accounts, I do see the 135K extra green cards given for this year. It will be wasted because of the processing delay. So for the next year, the next federal year, do you think EB2 will hit 2012?
First thing is that I may not be under the belief that the 122,000 green cards will be wasted. I do not believe in that. Could some of them will be wasted? There is a good chance for it, some of them. But I strongly believe that most of them will be utilized though. We have seen historically in the first quarter is a dead quarter, we call it as. Why do we call it a dead quarter? It starts with October. You know how bureaucrats are. Oh, they're laying around, they're preparing for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So all the way the first quarter goes from October, November, and December. Then starts the second quarter though. If you look into the first quarter adjudications compared to the second quarter adjudications, definitely there have been a lot of improvement in there. When it comes to the third quarter, now I'm not speaking of the exact quarters of the year. I'm speaking of first quarter of the 2021 starts from October 1st, second quarter starts from January. The second quarter has been a very big improvement. We're expecting a third quarter and fourth quarter to be huge quarters. That has been historically there. I'm expecting that most of the 122,000 extra green cards will be used. If not, there may be some wastage. With regards to the 2012 to be current though, I am expecting, I can go wrong, that 2012 should be current for EB2 by in October of 2021.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
But why did you not downgrade your application and file your 485 though?
No, like my H1B is with one company and my 140 is with another company name, but both belongs to the same owner. So my employer, he didn't provide the company documents because I cannot show pay slips for the downgrade because I don't work for the 140 company.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go on to our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Bhanu Prakash. Says, downgrade EB3 applied in October of 2020. Fingerprints next week. Priority date is June of 2013. I have a 16-year-old son. Should I apply for premium processing for the I-140? And shall I change employer after the I-140 and EAD is approved, or is it better to wait for the green card?
I would wait for the I-140 approval. I will also not do the premium processing for him because he is a teenage kid and the final action date is still not yet current.
Right.
So I would not like to gamble at this point of time. Even though in my previous statements to Kavita, I said, yes, I'm expecting these things to move up. I may be expecting the EB3 also to move up, but I do not like to put my son on the field, on the gambling table.
Right. No, I agree.
I do not want to. I mean, if I were you, I would not. I would not believe Rahul to that extent. He has been wrong 10,000 times before anyway in predicting the priority dates. So I would not put my son on the gambling table at this point of time.
All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. All right. To our next caller, caller from area code 206. We're ready for you now. Hello?
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 Hello? Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, sir. My name is Akshay, and I do have a priority date of March of 2018 in EB3 category. I work for a US-based company. But, sir, I do have one question regarding to it because I do have a Canadian PR, which I applied last year because the dates were not moving at that time. So, sir, what do you think, is there any hope that in October that you believe that the dates might move to March of 2018?
If I were you, I would maintain the Canadian green card. I will not give up the Canadian green card, but I will not move there. I will observe what goes on in September, October. Then I will take my chances if I want to at that point of time. But I will be very conservative in moving out of this country right now if I were you.
Okay, and sir, one last thing regarding to it, let's say if the dates do move to March of 2018, then sir, is there any possibility that I can maintain my 485 status even if I move to Canada and work for a US employer, or it's not possible?
It's not. You'll be risking 485 application if you're going to move out of this country. Let's be fair, okay? Remember what Nitya Garu has misspoken about me when she introduced me was that I'm an immigrant, and then she said I'm an immigration lawyer. Don't forget that I am an immigrant, even though it was not a misspoken thing. So I am an immigrant. So the whole reason why you're getting a green card, I know you, is because you can't get the green card here.
Yes.
So you are now getting the green card, and then now you want to risk it. It's like this, you waited for 10 years, okay? Now the guard comes in, and then now you're telling, let me go fish up and come back. And you no, wait.
No. No, sir. I mean, that's why I want. Thank you for letting me. That's why I would like to because.
Yeah, I understand though. I understand because being an immigrant, it gives me a lot more understanding of you, much more than most of the other immigration lawyers who have never faced that 485 application, who has never been on the non-immigrant status though. Yes, I definitely would like you to not risk the 485 application. If you move to Canada though, you will definitely be risking the 485 application. If you visit, so you are not.
Okay, so you are suggesting that if the date do move to March of 2000, I mean, first of all, I need to wait and let's see, and not to give up the Canadian PR. And if you think if the dates do move to March of 2018 in October, then wait. And then once you file your 485, then wait here.
That's right. I would do that if I were you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. And let's take our next caller, Andy. In the meantime, we have a question. This is from Lalita Kumar. Says, my priority date is EB3 October of 2015. What are the chances in final action of getting final action dates in 2022?
I don't think so. She wants final action dates, though. She just needs to be in the filing dates and the USCIS allowing her to file. Mm-hmm. Definitely, there is good chances, guys. So if I were EB did you say EB2 or EB3?
EB3.
If I were you, I would pre-prepare my application ready for 485. And some of the lawyers are offering at a very discounted price. Not a discounted price. They're offering very minimal price. But when the priority date becomes current, they're going to charge you the entire money, which is the normal price which they charge. So I would definitely contact an immigration lawyer and try to prepare everything ready to file it. If they are not going to charge me more money in advance, I'm going to take that option for people.
Makes sense.
If I were them, yeah.
Thank you, Rahul Garu. All right, on to our caller today. Caller from area code 212. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 212, Andy. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul Garu and Nitya Garu, for all your help. The first question is, so my brother is preparing to apply. He's applying for his master's here. One question is, I'm in the US and I have money in my bank account. Can I show that as, proof that I'm going to support his academics? And, is that okay as a brother? Can I do that?
Let's first look into the rejections of the F1 visa. Okay. There are 5 major reasons for rejection of the F1 visa. Number 1, you are an intending immigrant. Number 2, you are an intending immigrant. Number 3, you are an intending immigrant. Number 4, you are an intending immigrant. Number 5, you are intending immigrant. These are the top 5 reasons of rejecting for the F1 visa. Now, when you are showing as a brother money that your brother is going to come here, you're going to pay the money, it shows that there is a good chance that he's not going to leave the country. It shows that he's going to stay here though. You see my point? You can technically, legally speaking of, have I seen people getting approval for the kind of people? Yes, but there are more chance of rejection compared to if he had his own resources, or if your father or mother had their own resources that they are going to sponsor him, would be the best thing compared to you showing your money.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. I never knew about that. And again, as a follow-up question to this, some of the universities, even as we are applying, they are asking for some financial documents to, so that they can send the I-20. So is it okay if at least to the universities I provide my paper for now? Because
I would recommend to do it with the father's money if that's possible for you.
Oh,
that is the best way of solution. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your advice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller. And we have a question. This is from 𝐄𝐌𝐏𝐋𝐿 Creations. He says, how do you expedite your 131? What documents are required?
If you can go to the local USCIS office, I have seen them expediting, especially if any of the parents are sick in India or in serious conditions, they have done the expedited. And when they gave the expedited I-131s though, they only give them for 30 days, which is a big problem right now. Unless they have a US citizen children, you go there and then what? You have to go to some other country for 14 days to come into the country. But yeah, they are giving 30 days of expedited thing. That's what they're giving if people want it. But I'm not sure if that's going to be good for you guys or not. That's up to you to judge. But you can go to the local USCIS office to expedite your matter.
Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's go to our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 317. We're ready for you, Da.
Hi, this is Ram. And
yes,
my
Ram.
question is, my priority date is in EB2 May 2017. So I have an offer outside. So do you think I should wait, or do you think it is good to go ahead and accept the offer?
I'm not going to answer the question, but let me tell you one thing. If I were you, even the next offer is $300,000 more, I am not taking if I were you. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two is that if your employer is flexible, I would like to file a downgrade application right now itself. Okay. So that you have a ticket, you already have a ticket on a horse ride to go to heaven. Okay. Now you will have a ticket on the donkey ride by filing on EB3. Sometimes the horse will come first, sometimes the donkey will come first. Now, if you have 2 tickets, you can use any ticket. Just because you bought the ticket from the donkey doesn't mean that you can't go on the horse. So if I were you, if your employer is flexible, I will file an EB3 downgrade application right now. And if I were you, I will not move, because if you move, you may be coming to this one for the next 10 years.
Okay. Okay. So because my employer filed EB2 to EB3 for other candidates only in the month of October, I don't think they will do it before.
That's fine with me. That's a very nice employer. That's a cool employer. I do not want to leave that employer at all. You can see if you would do in advance, because previously we didn't know that this is coming. So we didn't know tsunami was coming. Now tsunami is. They're telling it's coming, it's there, and the State Department is telling he has all the figures. I'm going to let the tsunami come. So it's up to you. I'm fine either way. But one thing is for sure, I am not moving out of that company.
Okay, sure. That answers my question. Just one follow-up question. And I saw your website about the birth certificate affidavits, right? Do I need to get it on the stamp paper with notary from India, or just a plain A4 size with the notary is sufficient?
Guys, I put a link on the chat group, top chat group, that if you want to look into what he's speaking about. I'm going to also, after the show is over, I'm going to put a link of that. If you don't have a birth certificate, you need to get 2 affidavits. Affidavits are on the stamp paper, or sometimes they put a stamp at the down. if you are bringing them from India. Affidavits can be bought from United States on a notarized paper, regular paper, which you can go to any of your friend or family friends to give those things. So you can put in India, there will be a stamp for the notarization. I happen to also be a lawyer from India too. I'm a licensed lawyer in India too.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. Let's go on to our next caller, Randy. And in the meantime, we have another question. This is from Venkata Pupala. Says, if I use advance parole by returning to the US and work for the same company, can my wife go for H4 stamping?
There is a memo that says that if you come on advance parole, you're working for the same company for the H-1B, you can extend the H-1B. That's what the memo said. Based on that, we have tried many times for people to go on H-4 visa and get the stamping. We didn't have much difficulty in that. But my main question is that now she has almost got an advance parole right now. Why do you want her to go for H-4 at all? Right. Technically, to answer the question, yes, she can. But if I were my wife, I would not send her an H-4. I would let her come back in advance parole.
Advance parole. Makes sense. Thank you, Rahul Garu. And let's go to our next caller, Randy. Caller from area code 201. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 201. Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Thank you for attending to me. This is Sam. My question is, my priority date is 2019 October. What are the chances, EB2, what are the chances of getting during next year, getting current during next year? Thank you.
At this point of time, lawyers are of a different belief right now. I am thinking 2018. My partner thinks 2017. And in my own office, there are different people. But if you go back into the history of what we have projected, we did project it only until 2013 in 2020 though, but it went to 2015, 2 years beyond what we expected. Right now, if you were there, I mean, there's nothing you can do. No matter whether you listen to 10 lawyers or different lawyers' expectation, they can all be wrong, they can all be correct. You never know how it's going to happen. Right now, you can do nothing, is right? But if you are contemplating in changing the job right now, okay, I will not change the job right now if I were you.
Okay, makes sense. Got you, sir. Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Rahul Garu, just another quick question related to our previous caller who was asking about the affidavits. I've been noticing a lot of people have been asking whether these affidavits need to be provided as original or can they be copies?
Copies are good enough. You should be able to provide an original later on. So in India, they can scan and email it. You can provide it to the USCIS, and then you can get them in the mail or some relative coming. You can get them in either way. That's fine too. You don't need it. And I want to expand more on the, if you do not have a birth certificate though, I want you to try to get a non-availability certificate. A link is provided in this one. That link will be also provided at a later time also. In that link, the non-availability certificate should be coming from the authority that gives the birth certificate. And you should get 2 affidavits. That's for sure. Affidavits can be from any family, friends. They're fine. There are some times people cannot get the non-availability certificate. It's okay. We can file the 485 application if you get the non-availability certificate. But there are some alternative documents like Aadhaar card, ration card, election card, your hospital records that you're born in that way. Try to get them. Do not submit to USCIS. Try to get them and keep them with you. If there is an RFE at that time, you can submit it. But the link is provided with all samples for the non-availability certificate, samples for the birth affidavits, the documents list, what you need to do for the alternative documents. The link is there in the top chat right now. We're going to also put it out, once the show is over, we can put on the comment. I'm going to put that thing there too.
Okay, thank you. All right, Rahul Garu, let's take our next caller, Randy. Caller from area code 347. We're ready for you now.
Thank you, Nitya. Hello, Rahul.
Hello,
so, Rahul, I'm stuck in India for like about a year and a half. I have a priority date of March 2012. The employer whom I have the approved I-140 with is they don't do the paperwork properly, and I have spoken to you a few months ago where you told me that it's probably better to change the employer because they're not doing a good job, as they only file for H1 extensions for like 6 months or 9 months depending on the duration of the project. They actually lost my H1 approval. they
only filed for
my
6
H1B
months and
approval.
9 months because of the duration of the project?
Yes, they only keep filing. You know, I've been with them since 2007, and my priority date was approved in 2012. But it's been a nightmare because they usually do like 6 months or 1 year, and I must have had like 20 H1s by now because they only go by the duration of the project. Now, and your suggestion
get me that
at the
client,
time was,
I'll give you Ferrari.
Yeah. So
no, I
so
don't do that.
then
I don't do that. I'm just kidding though.
Of course. So they even lost my H1B approval during the pandemic, right? Because they didn't even know how to file a change of address and all that. And these are people who don't use attorneys for doing H1. They're just some clerk sitting in Hyderabad, thinking they know all this stuff. And almost every single time they do an H1 extension, you get an RFE, you get multiple RFEs. It's a pain and a nightmare. And you told me
But right now, we don't have much options right now, is it right? I try to keep struggling coming back from that country, from the same company right now. If I were you, I would try to find another.
I know, and I know, Rahul, and I've heard you for over a year. You're like, don't leave. And from my side also, I've tried to continue with the torture and put up with it. But
right now, I want you to come to United States. There's a little more.
Go ahead. So after they lost my H1 approval, right? They lost it like 6 months ago, and I was totally stranded. So then what I did was I found a new employer. I had to find a new project from India. I found a project from India. I found a new employer. My new employer is great. They have proper attorneys. They do H1s properly. They got me a 3-year approval, and I have my visa also. Now my question is do I start this green card with this new employer, or should I go back? My old employer said, if you come back to me by October 1st, I will keep your 140 active. So my question is, do I give up a good employer who can get me 3-year H1s, who does everything properly, who knows what he's doing, and go back to this horrible employer who will again put me in the same painful procedure of 6 months, 9-month approvals just for the green card? That is a very tough choice I have to make.
Yeah.
Or is it better to do you feel that if I start the process, I got a 3-year approval now and a visa. If I come now and I come back to US and I start the whole perm process again,
I got the point.
It takes a year and a half.
We call it as Trishank Sarg. You're neither there nor here right now. I am still leaning towards going back to that company because you will only observe torture for only 6 months. That's it. Because once you file the I-140 and once you file the 485, okay, even if their H-1B, something happens to it, by the way, they're going to file a normal processing. By the time it gets it approved or denied, it's going to be a long time, is that right? So it will cross 6 months though. So under all conditions, I'm going back, joining that company. I've gone through this torture for 10 years. I'm going to live in this narak for 6 more months. And after that, it's heaven for me. That's my judgment call. That's my judgment call. We can discuss privately off the line, but I'm just telling that's my judgment call.
But they'll want me to first do an H1 transfer, get an approved H1 with this old employer again, then they'll do my 485. And I'm worried that these guys won't even be able to do that.
If they don't get the H1B, you don't have anything to lose.
Okay. Bottom line is you're saying, even after hearing everything, you're like, go back to the...
I am leaning towards, because right now, if you get a H1B approval, most probably they'll get it for 1 year. You go join there. And if they don't get the H1B approval, you're not going anyways, right? So if they get the H1B approval, you go there, you file the 485 application in October, and then in April of 2022, Guess what? You are free bird. You come to me, buddy. You change any company. It's so easy. That's my opinion.
Okay.
It's up to your judgment call.
Yeah. No.
It's your judgment.
Thank you, Rahul. That's what I needed to hear that from you. Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. All right, Andy, let's take our next caller. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Mukesh Nagar. He says, son is to be 21 in August next year, priority date of March 2012, going to be current in the next visa bulletin. Should I wait for I-140 to be approved in premium processing before filing my son's I-485? What do I do if the I-140 is not approved?
So he didn't file the 485 application? Is this a EB2 or EB3?
He doesn't say.
It's I don't understand. That's very crucial for me to know if he has already filed an I-140 application.
Okay. So
And
what we can
I would
probably
not,
do is appeal to him to call to us.
yeah, because that's very crucial. His son is at 21. He can't play with the fire right now.
That's true. All right, Mr. Mukesh, if you're listening to this message, then please note that, try to call us or send us another comment back with, more information so Rahul Garu can help you with the right kind of, guide you in the right direction. So on that note, let's take our next caller, Andy. A caller from area code 408. We're ready for you. Caller from area code 408. That's a California number.
San Jose.
San Jose.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Rahul Garu and Nichega, for taking calls.
Thank you, sir.
I was in H1 since 2008 and my son was in H4 through 2017. And then he moved to B2 because he was aged out. Now
Yes.
I have downgraded and waiting for my biometric schedule. I'm just wondering if I can add him in any way in the process of green card.
Let me ask you
filing.
something. How old is he in October of 2020?
2020 is 24.
How long did you file a downgrade I-140 application?
Yes, sir.
Did you file in October of 2020, I'm assuming?
Yes, sir.
No, sir, you can't add him. He already aged out by the time you filed an I-140 application. So you can't add him to this application. Sorry about that.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So sorry about that. All right, let's go to our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Pradeep VV. He says, if we miss the boat in October of 21, what are the chances of dates moving in October of 22? Shall I work on concurrent H1B and file 485 with my previous employer? Can my previous employer file a 485 without me working in the company?
Both can be done. He can file a concurrent H1B and file a 485. His previous employer can file the 485 without him working though. It's only the offer of the employment that should be due. Is that guy employed or not is not a question for the 485. So as long as the offer is there, he can. It's very hard to tell when the boat is going to leave, when the boat is going to come. It's very hard. I can, in my 28 years of my life in the United States though, fortunately, I didn't miss the first boat I caught was 96. It's closed, and then once it's closed in 96, it took a long time for the boat to come. And in 2007, it came. From 96 onwards, 2001 the boat came in. Then 2007 it came in. 2012 it came in. And the boat came in 2020. So and it still is kind of wiggling there. I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back. And it most probably is going to come back in October of 2021. So under all conditions, if possible, any legally way possible, I want to put my foot in there. Once I have my foot in there, then I will wiggle around if I need to. It may be a risk. I mean, you may fall down from the boat, but you have a security to keep the H1B and the boat. Just in case if you fall out from the boat, you have the life jacket, which is H1B. So you are not of that big of a loss. So I would definitely consider going back to the old employer and see if they would be filing or if they file it without me going back. I would negotiate with the old company.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's go to our caller. Caller from area code 703. We're ready for you now. Caller from area
Hello,
code
sir.
703. Hi. Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi. Hi, sir. My priority date is 2011, August 4th. So the question is, last week bulletin, my priority date become as a current. So as of now, we went for the downgrading in October 2020. As of now, I didn't get, EAD card or any biometrics. But when I spoke with the customer service, Emma, then they said biometrics are applied. So my question is, I-140 didn't approve as of now. So dependent, if they get a GC EAD, and can she work on GC EAD? And if I-140 is something rejected or something happened, so
why did not you
work?
do the premium processing yet?
Priority date అయిన తర్వాత చేద్దామన్నట్టుగా చేయలేదండి.
Oh, is your kid
కరెంట్ అయిన తర్వాతనే.
Your kid is a teenage guy?
Kid is, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Since the priority date is going to be current in the month of June, did you request your lawyer to premium process right now?
Yeah.
You did?
చేసామండి, కానీ ఇంతవరకు ఏం తెలవలేదు చేశారా చేయలేదు అని.
That's good. That's good. At least you did what you can. I got the point.
యా, క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు 140 అప్రూవ్ కాలేదు అనుకోండి, మళ్ళీ GCEAD డిపెండెంట్ యూజ్ చేసిన తర్వాత బ్యాక్ టు H4 కి రావచ్చా, లేకుంటే కంట్రీ లీవ్ చేసి మళ్ళీ బ్యాక్ రావాలా? వీసా స్టాండింగ్
బ్యాక్ రావాల్సి వస్తుంది H4.
ఓకే ఓకే. GCEAD అయితే.
Are you working for the same company that filed for the downgrade application?
Yeah, same company అండి. Same company.
Yeah, they will have to leave the country.
Same company.
But typically the downgrade applications have less than 2% chance of denials if you are working for the same company.
ఓకే ఓకే. అయితే యాక్సెప్టెన్స్ ఎట్లా వస్తుందండి? 140 అనేది వాళ్ళు ఏమైనా లెటర్ పంపుతారా మనకి, యాక్సెప్ట్ అయిందా ప్రీమియం కాలేదా అనేది ఎట్లా మనకి?
That once they take your check, once they take your check, your employer's check or your company lawyer's check, that means it's accepted. They will send a receipt. They will send a receipt.
అండ్ సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్ అండి, ఇప్పుడు GCEAD కానీ GC గ్రీన్ కార్డ్ కానీ మనం ఏమైనా ఎక్స్పెడైట్ చేయొచ్చా అండి? ఆప్షన్ ఉంటుందా మన దగ్గర?
You can try, but it's not working. You can try, it's not working.
Okay. Thank you, Andy. Thank you very much.
Next person.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Folks, stay tuned. We'll be back after a short commercial break.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Is test prep stressful? Is test prep a race against time? Is getting an excellent score a huge challenge? If you are looking for answers to any or all these questions, a new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solutions for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems. Each problem has a detailed video solution, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our tutors are real pundits and qualified of the test prep content. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep. We build concepts which also helps you in college. Our programs merely focus on personalized learning and fit into every budget. Our strategies are best in the market that will help you achieve your best. What's next? Join Test Prep Pundits. Start with a free assessment test. Pundits is the way to go.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్ గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్, 100% క్వాలిటీ.
సార్, ప్రతి మైండ్ డైమండ్ న్యాచురల్. ఇంకా మేము 28 క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్లు చేస్తాం.
28 టెస్ట్లా?
ప్రతి డైమండ్ జ్యువెలరీతో పాటు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ల్యాబ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా.
కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మీ హీరో కోసం వజ్రాలను తీసుకోండి. ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
న్యూజెర్సీలో ఇల్లు కొనాలని కానీ అమ్మాలని కానీ అనుకుంటున్నారా? మీ నమ్మకమైన నేస్తంగా మీ ఇంటి క్రయ విక్రయాలను చేసి పెడుతోంది మీ లోవి రియల్టీ గ్రూప్. వేలాది డాలర్ల మీ కష్టార్జితాన్ని, ఎంతో విలువైన సమయాన్ని ఆదా చేస్తూ కేవలం $990 నామమాత్రపు ఫీజుతో ఖచ్చితమైన సంతృప్తికరమైన లావాదేవీలను చేసి పెట్టే రియల్ ఏజెన్సీ లోవి. అంతేకాదు, మీరు కొన్న ఇంటి మీద మినిమం 1% క్యాష్ బ్యాక్ మీ క్లోజింగ్ కాస్ట్ లో పొందగలరు. మరిన్ని వివరాలకు ప్లీజ్ విజిట్ www.lovihomes.com. కాంటాక్ట్ 908-304-9621 or 908-337-1289.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Is test prep stressful? Is test prep a race against time? Is getting an excellent score a huge challenge? If you are looking for answers to any or all these questions, a new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solutions for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems. Each problem has a detailed video solution, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our tutors are real pundits and qualified of the test prep content. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep. We build concepts which also helps you in college. Our programs merely focus on personalized learning and fit into every budget. Our strategies are best in the market that will help you achieve your best. What's next? Join Test Prep Pundits. Start with a free assessment test. Pundits is the way to go.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
If you're thinking of buying jewelry now and don't want to step outside, relax. All you need to do, call us.
Folks, welcome back. Let's continue with our callers and a lot of questions coming in today. Andy. Let's take our next caller. And while we are waiting on the caller, I have a question. This is from Vaibhav Tyagi. He says, can I continue working if my renewal EAD is still pending and the old EAD has expired? My downgrade I-140 is approved and 485 has been pending for over 180 days.
When he says EAD extension though, does he mean to say his 485 EAD extension? If it is a 485 EAD extension, while the EAD is pending, he can continue working for a period of 180 days.
Okay.
But
if it's not...
since I don't know if it has been something like, there are some other downgrades people have done before October of 2020. If it's, so that's the reason I was a bit worried. Why is it an extension if you filed in October of 2020 though? So, but if it's filed before and it's an extension, he can work. But if it's a H4 EAD extension, he cannot work while extension is pending. If it's an adjustment of status extension, not the initial filing, extension, while the extension is pending, you can work for a period of 180 days.
Okay. All right, on to our caller, Andy. Let's take our caller. Right, caller from area code 267. We ready for you now? Caller from area code 267, Andy. We ready for you?
Sure.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hi, Andy. Na peru Ramesh, Andy. Yeah. Hi, Rahul. Thank you so much for your help, Andy. My question regarding biometrics, Andy. Like, na 485 downgrade application, October 27th na USCIS దగ్గర రిసీవ్ అయిందండి. అండ్ నాకు రిసిప్ట్స్ ఫిబ్రవరిలో వచ్చినాయి. ఇంతవరకు నాకు బయోమెట్రిక్ రాలేదండి. సో ఎంఆర్తో ఎన్నిసార్లు చార్జ్ చేసినా జస్ట్ వెయిట్ అని చెప్తున్నారండి. ఈజ్ దేర్ ఎనీథింగ్ దట్ ఐ కెన్ డూ?
Nothing can be done right now. Everybody is trying to do the biometrics expedited. It's not happening. I wouldn't waste my time in doing it. I would say that the application support centers, which were mostly closed in some of the places, they were only open once a week right now. But right now, they have extended the time period of opening. If I'm not believing, it's about from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., I think so, including Saturdays they're taking right now. In most of the places, not all the places. So they're going to catch up, but there is not much you can do right now.
And one more question, Andy, like my employer almost like 20 people chaser. Another question biometric now. So I am worried that my application on a queue local
depending on I see we file for not 20 people, we file for more hundreds of people, right? Some people got it, some people did not get it. So you are unnecessarily paranoid for it.
Okay, and last January India వెళ్ళానండి. So at least I'm hoping they may use biometrics, right?
It's a good point. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know why MI has been telling some people that, okay, we use the biometric, we didn't use the biometric. It's very confusing at this point of time. There is no official statement from the USCIS telling us that using the old biometrics, there's nothing official at this point of time. It is my experience, and almost, we have an audience of 50,000 people listening to this. At least 20,000 people who have filed additional status every week. I have not noticed a single person who got the green card applications whose biometrics were not being taken in the United States. Though Emma has been telling that, oh, no, we are using the biometrics. But if anybody, guys, who has not done the biometrics here in United States after you file the 485, if you got the green card, let us know, because we are not getting the information from USCIS. We at least need to get the information from you. So we'll pass that information to other people. Please let us know if the biometrics are not going to get the green card. So we had yet to know officially if they are going to accept the biometrics taken from outside. Still, you have nothing to worry about it. You are just Tom, Dick, and Harry. Nothing special about you.
One last question, Andy. So my priority date is December 16th, 2011. So the next month current outundi anukunta. So shall I go for the medicals, get the medicals done, and send those things so that
I would do that. I would do that if I were you.
Okay, sure. That's it, Andy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
All right, let's take our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Puchu Kadapa. Says, my priority date is August 2016. Applied for I-140 50 days ago. He says his wife is on B2. If my priority date is current, is it possible for my wife to be added to the 485 when she gets her H4?
She doesn't have to get the H4. You can file the H4 application since she's here in United States. There are limitations on how soon you can file, what's the things, and how did she enter that? Hopefully, if that part is clear, though, even if the H4 is not approved, she can be added in your 485 application. No problem whatsoever at all.
Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's go to our next caller, Andy. Caller from area code 571. We're ready for you now. Please press *6, Andy, to unmute your line. *6 to unmute your line.
Hi, Rahul. Good evening. Can you hear me?
You can hear you, so please go ahead.
Hi, Nitya. Yes. So the question is, I work for a non-profit organization on a cap-exempt H1 visa. But recently what happened was last year, my company was acquired by a for-profit. So they've started transitioning employees to the new company, but I'm not able to transition. So what they did was they applied for the lottery this March. So they applied for the lottery this March, and then I got selected. The registration was selected. So they've asked me to transition to the new company in October. But the thing is, the non-profit that I work for, they already applied in October for the downgrade petition. My priority date is November 2012. The 140 is still pending in the old company. So I'm not, they also applied for premium processing.
Oh yeah, your premium processing, what happened?
Yeah, so they applied twice in January and February. They got rejected. They again applied in March. but the check was encashed, but the attorney said it was applied to somebody else. I don't know, but they said by mistake they might have done it, and then they've been exchanging emails with the premium processing division since mid-March, but no update. USCIS says that...
Why not file one more premium processing?
Yeah, that's what I asked my employers, and sorry, not the employer, the attorney, and they're saying that
I will tell the lawyer, okay, I don't know what happened, mistake. You can keep fighting on that. Let's not worry about it. I'm going to write one more check for $2,500 and any administrative records that you needed. File it.
Okay. Let me then ask them to try again. But what do you suggest on this October 1st? Should I move to that new company, or should I? Because I have the option of staying here. They're pretty open. I mean, but I don't know if this H1 will be lost, or can you please advise what I should do?
I want you to get the I-140 approval first. Once the I-140 is approved, you will be having a freedom of doing a 485J supplement, moving to a different company.
Okay, because most of my colleagues, they transferred on the successor and interest to that new company, but I have not moved there.
But you don't want H1Bs, you don't want I-140s to be filed again, you don't want anything. You don't want successor of interest, you don't want anything. 485J supplement is simple. There's not even a filing fees for it. Write one more check. I don't care if $2,500 lost in the thin air. I don't care, lawyer. You take my $2,500 again. Do it, and then you come back to the next show, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Andy, let's take our next caller, and we have a question. This is from BKRP. Says, we applied for adjustment of status in October. After that, my wife traveled to India. She came back to US in Feb, and we applied for another 131 in March. Our EAD and advanced parole have gotten approved this week. He says, I noticed my wife's old 131 was approved and the new one is closed. Is it okay?
I still don't want to use that I-131. You can file one more I-131 if needed. You can file to motion to reconsider for the I-131, telling them, hey, look, or you file with just one more I-131, explain them, don't close it. Because I left the country, my lawyer told, Rahul Reddy told that this should not be approved. You should not be using this I-131. File one more time.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 405. We're ready for you now.
Hello, Nitya Garu. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay, I have two questions. The first question is, one of my friend recently filed 6 different H1Bs. One of it was picked. Do you anticipate him facing any issues during the approval or the visa interview?
Totally, I feel that he's going towards the wrong path of associating himself with the wrong people, though. This is what my old grandmother used to say, that if you keep on hanging around with the thieves, murderers, and other people, though, most probably you'll become one of them. That's what she told me. Try to get away from it.
Andy, 1 second. Sir, do you mind putting your TV on mute?
Oh, okay.
So, and this guy is definitely associating with all these people that file multiple applications even if they don't have the job. These kind of people will be in trouble one day or another day. That's what they say. That's what the history says. So that's what I can tell.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I understand it's unfair to do that to the other candidates, but like, I mean, I was just like trying to see if he'll be fine or
I would report these companies to USCIS. You don't have to name your friend. Report these companies that file for him. Yeah. You don't want these kind of companies floating around and doing all these bad things, getting bad names to us, Indians and the companies. So there are good, nice consulting companies. There are some rogue companies. We need to eliminate them. We need to report them to USCIS. There is a fraud report that you can do it with USCIS. You can keep your name anonymous if you want to, but make sure that you give the clear description what they did it. And if there is any evidence that you can provide it to them, provide them the evidence.
Okay, sir, sure. Thank you for that. Just one more question I wanted to ask you. There are around 265,000 green cards in the family category, right, which are spilling over into the employment category. But I keep reading that a total of 1.1 million green cards are available each year. Why are all of them not spilling into the employment category? And how are those green cards given?
Good question. Very good question. There is something called family preference categories. That means like there is a fixed number of green cards that need to be given to them. For example, if you are a spouse of a green card holder, if you are a child under 21 of a green card holder, if you are above 21 US citizen children, you can get it. These are all called preference categories though. There is a number limit for it. Then there is something called immediate relatives. Immediate relatives are US citizen parents, US citizen spouse, US citizen children who are under 21 unmarried. There is no numbers for them. So when there are no numbers though, there is no spilling over from there. It's only from the preference categories. We call it as family preference 1, family preference 2, family preference 3, family preference 4. There are 4 different categories of those things. They have limitations. You can't give them more than the green card. So when they are not being used, they will fall into the category. Then you may ask a question, why are not all family cases are getting spilled over? Well, they are giving green cards for the family immigration too. Is right? When the consulates are not completely shut down, they are giving the green cards. There was a ban from outside the country for a period of time when Trump was there, but when Trump went out, Biden took out the ban. Even though he took out the ban, because of the COVID though, consulates are closed. Most of the family immigration comes from where? They come from outside the country. The consulates are very badly affected as compared to the USCIS here in the United States. So that's the reason there is the number of green cards given to them have reduced. Only the not given green cards for them will fall into our category. Not everything will fall into our category. And for the immediate relatives, they don't fall into. And there are other visas too. Out of the 1.1 million, family immigration I covered the business immigration, which is 140,000, right? There are also things like immediate relatives, which there are no numbers. And there is also considered as a diversity visa. I don't know why they put it. They give 80,000 to 90,000 green cards every year. If you are good for nothing and you don't belong to India and some other countries, they'll give it to you. That's exactly I want to call it, no matter you may call me as a racist. That's about 80,000. There is called political asylum, suspension of deportation. There are a lot of different visas, so they don't all spill over. Only family preference categories will spill over into this particular family preference category will come to the employment based.
Okay, sir. Thanks for that response. And with all this family category green cards coming into employment, do you see that there, something, the Congress could do something to, stop this? Because I'm sure they're very pissed off to all the family.
Congress hasn't done anything. It's an indolent Congress from past 30 years. They haven't done anything on immigration. They just don't do anything. They just take the money. They just sit down and they just don't do anything. That's how the Congress is in the United States. They don't pass any legislation they have. Pass up or down. They don't. You know why? If you pass up or down, there are some people who will get mad on you. If you don't do anything, you keep getting elected. If you take sides, you don't. So Congress is dead. I'm not expecting anything to come back from them. Next person.
Okay, sir. Thank you for clarification. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling in. And let's go to our next caller, Andy. And we have a question. This is from Samuel Metu. Says, have applied for H1 and H4 in July of 2020. H4 fingerprints were taken in September. H1 approved in November. But H4 is pending. Is this delay normal?
Yes, that is right. It's normal for the H4 to be delayed. Thankfully, the biometrics have been removed. So things should get smoothly done going forward. But currently, yes, that is normal. H4, previous to 2019, H4 used to be approved along with H1B. Not anymore. Hopefully so, starting from May 17th onwards, it should get back to the same level what it was 2019. But yeah, it is normal for the H4 to be pending.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's move on to our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 602. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 602, Andy. We're ready for you.
Hi, Andy. Hi, Nitya, Rahul Garu. Can you hear me?
Hello, sir. Yes, we can.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi. My priority date is December 2012. I missed my boat last year, October. I'm with my new company right now. So they applied perm in November. So November 15th or sometime. I'm expecting approval sometime next week or like within 10-15 days. So I need to apply 140. So what do you suggest? You want me to apply in EB3 directly or in both EB2 and EB3?
Wow. Did you say 2012?
2012 December.
Is your company willing to do the downgrade application? They did the downgrade application in October of 2020?
No, I'm with my new company right now. They applied new
but fine. But did they do for other people in your company?
Oh, they did it who are there, but I was not with that company.
I got
so
so for the other people, they did the downgrade.
Yes,
it's very hard. It's very hard choice. I will give you one suggestion though. The best pick that you can do, whether you should do the EB2 or EB3. Give a coin to your wife. Okay, flip it out. Tell her to call EB2 and EB3. Whichever comes, you go for it. And come back to the show. If she's wrong, we'll all combinedly, me, Nitya, and you will curse her. It's very hard.
I think within next 2 months EB3 might become current, right? Right now it's November 2011. So
it could be. I'm not telling you anything. It could be. I'm okay with anything though, as long as the companies. You most probably will be right 90% of the time. I think so. Personally, I may be leaning towards EB3, but guess me, I might go wrong.
Because if I do it in EB2 again, I need to downgrade, right? That's why.
Either way you can do it. If you file an EB3 though, can you upgrade it to EB2? Yes. A lot of people have asked the question, oh, you can only downgrade. No, you can upgrade to, as long as your labor certification is being given for EB2, which lawyers design it properly, you can file in the downgrade and you can upgrade later on. There's nothing like that if you do downgrade that you can't do upgrade. We have already seen that you can, once it's filed, you can do the downgrade. Remember, a lot of people say you can't do downgrade. They were all wrong. Remember that they all said that you can't file as a new application. You have to file an amended. Your EB2 will go. They were all wrong. And you can do in EB3 and you can upgrade to EB2. Absolutely no problem with it.
Okay. Or we can apply both like at the same time? Or
absolutely. If given a choice though, especially when your priority date is so close, especially if your employer is going to do the two of those things, I will catch his legs and say, yes, please do EB2 and EB3. I will go for it. Absolutely. We don't have to blame your wife.
Okay. But will they process it like parallel if we apply? Like
you can.
They will get confused right which one.
You can do one thing. Do one in premium processing, get it approved in 3 weeks' time. The next one you file in the normal processing, you can convert it to later on. In this way, we don't have to blame your wife. Okay? I will do it like that. I will try to not blame your wife. If option is given to you, no, I will file EB2 and EB3.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. None involved chekandi Chari garu annattu. None involved chekandi Rahul garu. All right, Andy. Let's take our next caller.
You're a partner in crime, Andy.
True. True. Okay. Yeah. I'll stay with that. Okay. Let's take our next caller. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Kartikeya. He says, my question is regarding biometrics. Says my EB3 downgrade application was received on 11/27 and I received receipts on Feb 24th. After that, I haven't received biometric appointment yet. My priority date may become current next month. Am I simply saying wait? Is there anything I can do?
I think so. We addressed him in the live call, though. There's nothing he can do. Yeah, and he should not be paranoid about it. You're fine. We have seen that very many people, a good number of people filed in October have still not received the biometrics. Nothing to be paranoid. There are some people who filed in November. They got their biometrics, and October people did not get it. Well, the government doesn't go according to first come, first in, first out. They don't go accordingly. So you're fine. Nothing much to worry about.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take a caller, Andy. Caller from area code 408. We're ready for you now.
Hey, hi Nitya. Hi, Rahul. This is
Hello,
Nitya.
sir.
Hi. Hey,
Hello.
hi, Rahul. Rahul, we spoke, I think, few months back. I had a meeting with you sometime back regarding my visa thing. So my priority date is 14th January 2015. And
Yikes.
Last year I changed my employer. So my current employer not yet started my green card processing. So regarding that one only, I spoke with you last time, and you told you can do one thing. I can request my previous employer to do a 485 if without joining. So with that communication, I had a talk with them, and they reached out to my old employer, reached out to their attorney, and that attorney came back saying that is not legal. So I'm not sure whether...
Not true at all. Not true at all.
Okay.
It is perfectly legal. There are a lot of people, we filed it, everybody filed it, without even you working. It's the job offer that should be there. It doesn't have to be that you have to be working for the company. Remember that some of the people, we file the green card while they're in India. They're never working for the US companies. They directly come here on the green card, directly outside from the country. Yes, they do. It happens all the time. So he can. Now, it's up to the company to formulate what their rules are. Simple, for example, beef is legal in United States. But for some people, my wife is a vegetarian. She puts a rule that, no, you cannot bring the beef into my home. I cannot go to my wife and say, hey, it's legal. Beef is legal. She will just slap me down. I don't care. So just like that, the employer and the lawyer can have their own restrictions within their company, what they want to. As far as the legality is concerned, just like the way beef is legal, yes, you can file it. But I can't convince my wife. That's the way it is. And you have to convince them and that they are the bosses.
Yeah, so if I schedule a meeting, I will check your appointment, and if I schedule that one, will it possible for you to discuss with them?
Is it? Yeah, absolutely. Now, let me ask you this other question though. Is it in EB2 or EB3, the existing priority date is?
It's an EB2. It's an EB2.
You want us, we can file the EB3 right now and get it approved and wait for the priority date to be current.
Yeah, so I told them both the things to apply for EB3 also. So actually they talked to their attorney and they forward me that.
That's fine. Yeah. As I said to you, I will forward my email to my wife saying that beef is I don't care whether it's legal or illegal. She has her own rules that beef is not good, and so they can make their own rules.
Yeah, okay. I will schedule a meeting with you, Rahul. And I have one more question, if you don't mind. Yeah. So my wife, she was having her own H1 with the old her employer. So they applied her only last November, 2020 November, and her 6-year expiration happened on May 20. This month, May 22nd. So we didn't get the approval before that. So as a backup plan, we applied for H4, and she and she moved to H4 and H4 EAD. So what her employer has done, so it's an Indian-based MNC. They told, okay, you do one thing, as we already applied for your perm, you move to our India organization and be on loss of pay. So that's what they done it, transferred it internally. So she is in loss of pay from May 4th onwards. and May 21st, her perm got approved.
Yeah, once I-140 is approved, you can apply for a change of status from H4 to H1.
Yeah, when you do that one, it should be an extension or it should be a counselor one?
No, you can file a transfer of H4 to H1. She will not be subject to cap.
Okay, but our H4 is not yet approved. It is
there is a chance. We normally request the USCIS telling them, look, you approve the H4 and H1 at the same time. We point out very clearly to them to adjudicate the H4 and H1. Some of the officers do, some of the officers don't. If they don't, they'll give a consular processing. At that point of time, your wife have to go there to get the stamping before she comes back into the country.
Oh, that means she has to go out of the country. That's what you're saying.
There is a chance for it, good chance for it.
Oh, okay. So,
let's give chance to the other people too. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. All right, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And we have a question. This is from Michael. He says, my priority date is Feb of 2013, EB2, EB3, I-140 approved, RD. What's RD? Not sure, but he says RD is 10/30/2020. Yeah,
maybe he filed on 10/30/2020.
Okay, and he says no EAD and BM. Will there be any impact on 485 if H1 transfer for new job with 485J for position above my current level in the same field lead to a manager?
He said the I-140 is approved, is that right?
I-140 is approved.
I'm not expecting much problem if he files a 485J supplement and H1B. There's no hurry for him to do the premium processing. The reason is that let it take its own sweet time to get adjudicated so that he doesn't have to stop working. So by the time his H1B is adjudicated, RF is issued, you have and you have a lot of deadline to file it. By the time you get any H1B adjudication, it's 1 year. And by the time you can continue working for that, your EAD will be approved and hopefully your green card will be approved too by that time. If the green card is not, I'm absolutely sure the EAD should be approved by the time.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 702. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 702.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, both Rahul and Nisha. So my question is regarding, I have a I-140, my priority date is on 2014 June. So the question is, while I was in the process of getting my GC, if I switch company between while I'm getting an EAD, I get to the next phase, which is green card. Do I need to still stick with my attorney, or else should I go with my employer's attorney?
New employer's
until
attorney.
I get my
New employer's attorney, you meant to say?
Yes.
Okay. If you are switching the jobs from company A to company B, your I-140 is approved, you said, is right? So you should always change the lawyer, though. You should always change the lawyer.
Okay.
The reason is that he has a conflict of interest. He has represented you with company A. His alignment is company A. He needs to get a permission from company A. So he may be in conflict of interest. Now, same thing happens with us too. And the people will call us and say, I want to move to company B, but we're representing company A. We just tell them, hey, contact some other lawyer. What you can do is you can request a copy of the documents from him, keep everything with you, and then go to a different lawyer.
Okay.
Okay. Go to the new company's lawyer. New company's lawyer is the best solution. If not, you can hire your own lawyer too. Either way, it's fine. But sticking with the same lawyer is not advisable.
Yeah. So having my priority date as 2014, do you foresee that it would come into this October cap, which may get a priority?
According to the State Department, they're expecting the priority dates, final action dates to reach the filing dates. He has repeatedly said that 8 times in the past 4 months.
Okay, so mine is on June of 2014. So now it is moved to January, right? So will it still be the case?
He didn't explain that. He didn't explain. Is that January of 2014 or is it January 15? He didn't explain. He just dodged the question. Okay?
Yeah. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling.
I'm trying to repeat what Charlie has said. I don't want to add any more or deduct any more. So I just want to stick with what he said. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry about I interrupted you, Nitya garu.
No problem, Rahul garu. Thank you so much for clarifying that. All right, Andy. We have a ton of more people waiting to talk and a ton more questions, but we're all out of time today, unfortunately. This was a fabulous episode, Rahul garu. I hope, everything that we hope and wish for our viewers comes true and all their dreams come true. And on that note, thank you so much for being so patient, Andy, and answering everybody's questions. And I keep repeating that now. But to all our viewers, Andy, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week with another very interesting topic. And Rahul garu will be here to answer your questions and your queries. So thank you so much. Stay tuned and see you all next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
If you're thinking of buying jewelry now and don't want to step outside, relax. All you need to do, call us. On the day and time of your convenience, we will bring our collection to you. Welcome to the Malabar Gold and Diamonds Showroom online experience. Step into your world without stepping out. Now that's our promise. Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Don't spend more money in selling your home. Instead, make more. For all your real estate needs, trust only 𝐿𝐿𝐕. 𝐿𝐿𝐕 Realty Group makes it easy to sell your home. The 𝐿𝐿𝐕 Sale by Owner offers the same services as a realtor does for a fraction of the price. For only $990, we list your home, handle digital marketing, take calls, and schedule home showings for you. Planning to buy a house? 𝐿𝐿𝐕 has the best tools and agents to make your journey happy. We offer home buyers rebate of 1% or more cash back towards the closing. Visit our website to learn more about our programs. www.𝐿𝐿𝐕homes.com. For more details, please contact 908-304-9621 or 908-337-1289.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Is test prep stressful? Is test prep a race against time? Is getting an excellent score a huge challenge? If you are looking for answers to any or all these questions, a new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solution for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems. Each problem has a detailed video solution, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our tutors are real pundits and qualified at the test prep content. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep. We build concepts which also helps you in college. Our programs merely focus on personalized learning and fit into every budget. Our strategies are best in the market that will help you achieve your best. What's next? Join Test Prep Pundits. Start with a free assessment test. Pundits is the way to go.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్ గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్ 100% క్వాలిటీ.
సార్, ప్రతి మైండ్ డైమండ్ న్యాచురల్. ఇంకా మేము 28 క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్లు చేస్తాం.
28 టెస్ట్లా?
ప్రతి డైమండ్ జ్యువెలరీతో పాటు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ల్యాబ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా.
కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మీ హీరో కోసం వజ్రాలను తీసుకోండి. ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
న్యూజెర్సీలో ఇల్లు కొనాలని కానీ అమ్మాలని కానీ అనుకుంటున్నారా? మీ నమ్మకమైన నేస్తంగా మీ ఇంటి క్రయ విక్రయాలను చేసి పెడుతోంది మీ లోవి రియల్టీ గ్రూప్. వేలాది డాలర్ల మీ కష్టార్జితాన్ని, ఎంతో విలువైన సమయాన్ని ఆదా చేస్తూ కేవలం $990 నామమాత్రపు ఫీజుతో ఖచ్చితమైన, సంతృప్తికరమైన లావాదేవీలను చేసి పెట్టే రియల్ ఏజెన్సీ లోవి. అంతేకాదు, మీరు కొన్న ఇంటి మీద మినిమం 1% క్యాష్ బ్యాక్ మీ క్లోజింగ్ కాస్ట్ లో పొందగలరు. మరిన్ని వివరాలకు ప్లీజ్ విజిట్ www.lovihomes.com. కాంటాక్ట్ 908-304-9621 or 908-337-1289.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Is test prep stressful? Is test prep a race against time? Is getting an excellent score a huge challenge? If you are looking for answers to any or all these questions, a new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solutions for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems. Each problem has a detailed video solution, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our tutors are real pundits and qualified of the test prep content. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep. We build concepts which also helps you in college. Our programs merely focus on personalized learning and fit into every budget. Our strategies are best in the market that will help you achieve your best. What's next? Join Test Prep Pundits. Start with a free assessment test. Pundits is the way to go.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
If you're thinking of buying jewelry now and don't want to step outside, relax. All you need to do, call us. On the day and time of your convenience, we will bring our collection to you. Welcome to the Malabar Gold and Diamonds Showroom online.